It's time to ditch the bodybuilding lifestyle. Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I want to talk about the obsessive compulsive nature of the bodybuilding mindset and why it's not always good for the average individual who wants to get out, live life, experience life to the fullest. Before I get into that topic, if you have a question for me, check out the link below. Come on over, submit your questions. The best questions I turn into videos just like this. So, I've been involved with the bodybuilding lifestyle on and off for 32 years. By bodybuilding lifestyle, I mean the fringe aspects of it, where you're doing meal prep, and I call it fringe, not negatively, but most people don't do this in life, so it is more of a fringe or niche activity. Doing the meal prepping, counting macros, counting calories, counting grams of protein. More than that, though, is the belief that if you do any activity outside of bodybuilding, be it running or hiking or swimming or whatever, that it's going to cause you to lose muscle mass or not reach your muscle mass potential. There is still a lot of paranoia and fear in this industry, even though we are moving to more general fitness as a culture, that a lot of the bodybuilding mindset still preaches that if you do any of these activities outside the realm of bodybuilding, it's counterproductive, you're going to decrease muscle mass, you're not going to reach your goals. And that is the core fear here that I want to address. You're not going to reach your goals. I was talking to a friend yesterday, and this friend had mentioned that at the gym, he had a trainer, and the trainer didn't want him running because running would cause catabolism, would cause gains to be lost. To what degree, my friend didn't know because he was inexperienced. But the fear set in that if he went running, if he didn't set aside something he loved, that he wasn't going to build the body he wanted. And that is the core fear here, that if we don't set aside activities outside of resistance training, that we're not going to build the body we want. The honest truth is, if you are not a bodybuilder, meaning you're not after perfect aesthetics, balance, and competing, you're not going to have that issue. It's just not going to be an issue. Even if you are and you want to run or hike or whatever, you're simply not going to lose that much muscle mass unless you're doing these activities in the extreme. So for the average folk, for the average people, the concept that you have to set aside things you love, other fitness activities, running or hiking or swimming or whatever the heck, yoga or Pilates or whatever the heck you want to do, because you might lose an ounce or two of muscle mass, is completely foolish. It sucks all the enjoyment out of life. At the end of the day, you guys need to do what you enjoy. Do what you enjoy. You're going to build a good body if you have resistance training in that mix. If you do other things other than resistance training, it's not going to take away all your gains, take away all your muscle mass, leave you with an imperfect body. The body will become what you do to it. So if you place demands on it with resistance training, it's going to adapt and it's going to grow bigger and stronger. It's not going to cease to grow bigger and stronger because you run 2 miles 3 to 4 times a week, or you swim, or you hike. When I was in college, that is when I seriously started lifting. And after no one told me what to do, there wasn't this huge OCD mindset. So I would run 3-4 times a week after lifting. I would also play basketball 4 to 5 times a week as well for a couple hours a week, or a couple hours a day, excuse me. And I packed on a lot of muscle mass. I had quality beginner gains because I was eating enough food. I wasn't stuffing myself or bulking. The concept really wasn't prevalent at the time, but I was just listening to my body. I was eating enough food, and I just did what I love. After 2 years, I had an amazing body. I packed on like 20 pounds of muscle mass. I looked incredible at about 185 pounds. I came back home after being in New Mexico from college for 2 years, and people were just like, who in God's name is that? I just look completely different. So I really want to encourage you guys that if you have interests outside of the weight room, not to set them aside. And if anybody tells you you have to set them aside or you're not going to build the body of your dreams, ignore that. Ignore it. Unless you're doing something excessive like hiking 10 miles a day, 7 days a week, that might compromise, who knows, maybe half of your muscle mass gains, maybe. It's hard to tell, but unless you're doing something extreme, then you're not going to compromise the work you're doing in the gym as long as your diet is correct. You might not be the biggest bodybuilder, but you're probably going to get 90 to 95% of the way there muscle mass wise. And over time, as you continue to lift and apply progressive overload and use resistance training, you're probably going to catch up anyway if you're only a pound or two behind the curve. I go hiking. I've been hiking 20 miles in the last 2 weeks, literally. I do a lot of that stuff. Hiking is much more challenging than walking because you burn about twice as many calories because of the up and down and unstable ground and all that kind of good stuff. And you know what? I don't think for a second is it causing me to lose gains. I don't think about that stuff. Just go out and live. Don't let bodybuilding or the bodybuilding lifestyle consume you. Just take it and let it be a part of your life, but not your entire life. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, check out the link below. If you've made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.